60,000 feet above the Pacific. The sky is a bruised purple, the air so thin that sound itself struggles to travel. A silhouette cuts through the stratosphere, not the angular profile of an F-22 Raptor, but something broken, alien. A tailless, cranked arrow that looks more like a stingray than a bird of prey. Under direct light, its ceramic skin swallows photons, creating a visual void where shadows fall deeper than physics should allow. Then, at an oblique angle, a faint pearlescent shimmer, oil-slick iridescence across a surface harder than sand. This is not the future. This is the F-47. March 21, 2025. The Oval Office. President Trump and Air Force officials unveil the designation that will define the next generation, F-47. The number honors the P-47 Thunderbolt, a World War II legend known for durability and firepower, while recognizing the 47th president's support for America's most expensive fighter program in history. Simultaneously, Boeing Defense receives a $20 billion contract, shifting fighter production's center of gravity from Fort Worth to St. Louis. The sixth generation has arrived, while China fields over 250 J-20 Mighty Dragons with WS-15 engines and radar modules that triple detection range, and while Beijing flight tests the massive J-36 stealth bomber, a tri-jet flying wing designed to hunt U.S. carriers from 1,200 miles out, America's answer needs operational range, thermal endurance, and spectral dominance that current platforms simply cannot deliver. The F-22 was built for the Fulda Gap, with a 590 nautical mile combat radius. In the Indo-Pacific, bases in Japan and Guam require round trips of 1,500 to 3,000 miles. Aerial refueling tankers become flying gas stations. Slow, non-stealthy targets the enemy will prioritize destroying. The tyranny of distance demanded a revolution. This isn't incremental improvement. This is the next-generation air dominance program. And the F-47 is its spearhead. Boeing's St. Louis facility, home to the F-15 and F/A-18, has been transformed into the epicenter of sixth-gen production. The $1.8 billion Advanced Combat Aircraft facility adds 1.1 million square feet of classified manufacturing space, complete with an on-site radar cross-section test chamber. Every jet's Stealth++ signature is verified at a molecular level before it leaves the line. The F-47's liquid ceramic precursor skin cures into a finish that absorbs radar energy across broadband frequencies, X-band, L-band, UHF, making it a ghost against search and fire control radars alike. Its tailless lambda wing planform eliminates the vertical surfaces that betray stealth to low-frequency waves. At over 1,000 nautical miles of combat radius and speeds exceeding Mach 2, the F-47 can launch from safer bases, loiter deep inside contested airspace, and push tanker orbits back to survivable ranges. Unit cost, $300 million. Combat value, the ability to defend the first island chain and underwrite the entire U.S. security guarantee to the Indo-Pacific. The program's genesis traces back to 2014, when DARPA's Air Dominance Initiative concluded that a single, better fighter wouldn't suffice for the 2030s. A family of systems was required to crack the anti-access jar area denial bubbles of China and Russia. The Aerospace Innovation Initiative built X-plane prototypes using Digital Century Series manufacturing, digital twins, augmented reality assembly, and rapid iteration. September 15, 2020, Dr. Will Roper shocked the defense community by announcing that a full-scale NGAD demonstrator had already flown in secret and broken records. By March 2025, the design was mature enough for Boeing to commit to a 2028 first flight of the production F-47, with initial operational capability targeted for 2030. Over 16,000 workers in St. Louis now wear AR headsets, visualizing wiring harnesses and composite layups with zero-error precision. The F-47 is born in the digital realm before it ever exists in the physical world. Pacific Theater. 0340 hours. 2 F-47s. Call signs Phoenix 1 and Phoenix 2. Loiter at 55,000 feet, 800 miles from the contested zone. Their General Electric XA100 adaptive cycle engines hum with a hollow, low-frequency rumble the third stream of bypass air cushioning the core exhaust for maximum range and minimum thermal signature. Phoenix 1's pilot doesn't grip the stick. He manages the battle via holographic displays, issuing a single command to his tablet. Screen left. 4 collaborative combat aircraft, Anduril Fury drones, surge forward 200 miles, entering enemy sensor range. The CCAs go active, radar energy blazing to bait Chinese air defenses. Enemy J-20 scrambles to intercept the noisy decoys. Phoenix 1 remains passive, using electronic support measures to listen, building a precise targeting picture without revealing his position. The J-20s lock onto the drones. They have no idea the real predator is watching from 150 miles away. Phoenix 1 fires. A salvo of AIM-260 very long-range missiles streaks silently through the night, receiving mid-course updates from the CCAs. The J-20s are destroyed before they realize a manned aircraft was hunting them. Then, a high-priority alert flashes. A J-36 bomber has launched a hypersonic glide vehicle aimed at a carrier strike group. The HGV is diving at Mach 8, too fast for traditional interceptors. Phoenix 1 pulls power. The XA-100 engines slam the third stream shut, forcing all air through the core. The hollow hum transforms into a chest-compressing crackle, 90,000 pounds of combined thrust tearing the atmosphere apart. The F-47 surges forward. Its megawatt-class directed energy weapon draws power from the engine's third-stream generators. The laser turret tracks the HGV. The beam doesn't need to destroy the missile. It dazzles the optical sensors, warps the thermal skin. Aerodynamic stress at Mach 8 does the rest. The hypersonic threat disintegrates in the upper atmosphere. The carrier group never knew it was targeted. The aftermath ripples instantly. Chinese defense analysts note the interception within hours, scrambling to understand how their unstoppable hypersonic glide vehicle was neutralized. In Washington, Pentagon leadership briefs the National Security Council. The F-47 has validated its role as a long-range penetrator and hypersonic interceptor, yet GPS jamming remains a vulnerability. The F-47's sensor fusion relies on satellite navigation. In a fully contested environment, the system must lean more heavily on inertial guidance and CCA relay networks. The industrial response is immediate. Boeing accelerates digital twin updates to test jamming-resistant navigation algorithms virtually, with physical production updates following within months. In St. Louis, technicians in climate-controlled clean rooms apply the liquid ceramic precursor to F-47 airframes with the precision of semiconductor manufacturing. Composite specialists work alongside AR-equipped assembly techs, each part verified against its digital twin before installation. The supply chain war is real, securing rhenium for XA-100 turbine blades, trusted foundries for microelectronics to prevent adversarial hardware infiltration. The DoD is managing material scarcity and clearance bottlenecks, fighting a war for talent to staff top-secret/SCI production lines. Every nut, bolt, and chip must have a secure pedigree. The scale is staggering, a life cycle cost in the hundreds of billions, an initial EMD contract of $20 billion, and a unit price that makes the F-47 the most expensive fighter in history. Yet without it, the US Navy's carrier strike groups cannot safely operate within range of Taiwan. The program doesn't just build aircraft, it underwrites deterrence. The F-47 represents a threshold. It is the physical manifestation of a strategic bet that human pilots directing autonomous wingmen can outthink, outmaneuver, and outsurvive an adversary's numerical mass. The quarterback model, one pilot commanding a swarm of expendable drones, may be the last evolution of manned air combat, or it may be the first chapter of a new doctrine where man and machine merge into something greater than either alone. The age of spectral dominance has arrived, and for now, America holds the advantage. But the race isn't over, it's accelerating. China's J-36 bomber and J-50 Agile fighter prototypes signal that Beijing isn't ceding the sky. Russia's S-70 Hunter drones are being produced at scale. The strategic question becomes not just technological, but philosophical. Is the human pilot the quarterback essential for ethical decision-making and complex jamming environments? Or is the human the weak link, limited by biology, while $300 million in capability orbits around their fragile body? If you controlled the $20 billion budget, how would you invest it? The quarterback, 200 manned F-47s with human oversight and ultimate performance in complex scenarios. Or the swarm, cancel the F-47 and build 2,000 autonomous AI drones to overwhelm the enemy with expendable mass. Type quarterback or swarm in the comments. This is DIB Dispatch, where billion-dollar projects meet battlefield reality.